This is WNEP's Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. Join us for streamside adventures, days in the field with new and old friends. It's all about making memories and following traditions, and exciting hunting experiences with interesting people. We've captured the beauty and majesty of the great outdoors, and it's all next on Pennsylvania Outdoor Life.
Hello everyone and welcome to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. I'm Don Jacobs in the cabin in the bird section. And of course yesterday was the youth turkey season, the mentored youth turkey season. And we're saying if you were lucky enough to score with one, send us your photos. We'd love to see them. You know, Mary Jo Castellina, the biologist for the Pennsylvania Game Commission, says this is happening right now, gobbling. And there could be a lot of gobbling going on right now because 2 years ago, the poult hatch was good. A lot of them made it. So that means we could see a lot of 2-year-old gobblers right now. And we all know they are very vocal. We also know that last year's poults, quite a few of them made it. There's going to be a lot of Jake birds around. The Jake birds also love to gobble and are in many times people's first harvest of a Pennsylvania gobbler. Now you have one more week to get out there, drive by your fields, be there in the morning, listen for the gobbling. That's the best way to know that you're going to be in the right place at the right time. Now, of course, you have to be stationary and calling during the spring gobbler season, and for that, you need turkey calls. Feather Moon Outdoors, Scott Weiss, one of the owner, Charlie Welliver, the other owner, they invited us to their places to make some turkey calls.
I'm living in Millville, Pennsylvania. This is my basement, and this is where I make my turkey calls. Our company is called Feather Moon Outdoors, and me and two of my buddies, we sit down, or my partners, we sit down and we just start going through names. And turkeys got feathers and they roost. It's cool looking on the moon, so we're like, Feather Moon. And we're like, all right, so cool. So that's what we did.
So two of you in the business.
Yep,
right?
me and my partner Scott Weiss. Yep.
Okay, and you sort of separated it a little bit. You sort of doing the mouth calls, he's sort of working on the wood, that kind of deal?
Yep, yeah, I do all the mouth call making, and my partner Scott, he does all the we're working for the pots and the strikers and whatever else we're going to make on the lathe.
So how long does it take you to put one together?
I can put one together if you want me to show you.
I'd love to see that.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
This is the frame. You got to bend the frame over. Pull your paper off of it.
Now by frame you mean the metal that holds everything together, right?
This is the metal that holds the whole call together right here.
Okay.
And just put it in your jig, press, grab your latex, which is a 3-piece of latex on this. This is aqua latex. And slide it in, get it all the way back against the back of the frame.
Now you want a little tension on that, don't you?
Yep, I'm going to bend the frame over here in a second. And I'm going to smash this corner down. Then this side is where you put your tension.
Charlie then locks it down on the other side and the back. The next step is to trim the latex and cut the call.
Take your scissors, put it in, and I'm going to make this a combo cut.
Meaning?
Meaning it's a 3-reed combo cut. This is what's going to make the call it sound like raspy, real raspy cut into it. It's a split V / cutter call.
Okay. The final step is to apply and cut the tape. This will make it easier for callers to use.
Then the last step is come over on this press, and this what makes your cut, or your cut your tape. And then that's your call.
And there you have it. What would you call that? What is the name of this?
This is our 3-reed lights out. It's a combo.
Lights out.
Lights out.
I love you guys.
Lights out.
The Widowmakers,
Yep.
the this, the that, the lights out. All right. I'm going to put you to a test. You made that right here in front of us.
Okay.
Let's hear what you can do with it.
And the metal frames can actually bend a little bit to fit the roof of your mouth. Not quite there yet.
But you have to do that on your own when you buy a call.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's turkey to me.
That's turkey.
How did you learn how to do
it? Pardon me?
How did you learn how to do it?
On my own.
Yeah.
I took some friends of ours, just gave me some mouth calls, and I just kept playing and playing. It took me like 2 years.
Right.
And then I finally got it. You're still learning. We have 11 different mouth calls right now.
11?
11 different mouth calls. And several different pot calls, and we got some predator calls as well, as long as, deer calls, and yeah.
So I use a mouth call. I can't think of more than 7 or 8 variations of the latex or whatever you're using. How do you what are the difference? You have 11 different mouth calls.
The different cuts.
Okay.
Most of the latex is all the same. We use from .003 to .0025. Different calls. We just sit down here. You take some latex, you start putting together, work different stretches, put different cuts until you get a really good sound.
And sound is exactly what partner Scott Wise is looking for from all of the pot calls.
I really like a slate call.
Okay.
And I really like walnut for the pot. Just acoustically, I think it has a real good sound.
Play it for me. And each one of these has a different sound, a different ear tone to it.
They do. They're subtle to human ears, but obviously to a turkey, they're, a turkey is just like a human. Different voices, different things they like. So each one will make a little bit different sound. Sometimes for the human ear, it's hard to
play another one for me.
So this is a glass call. It's glass over slate in the cherry pot. I like cherry wood as well, and it's just a little bit higher end yelp on the beginning, but it drops off to a throatier rasp, in my opinion.
Wow.
You hear that difference in the throatiness.
Yeah.
when you're calling.
Scott says there's about 5 steps to make each call, on average. Some even take more. When you come down in your shop, you're cutting, you're drilling, you're sanding, you're doing whatever. Do you work on one until it's completed, or do you do them in stages? Tell me that.
Really depends on how many orders we have coming in on a given time, or if it's a custom call. So obviously, if I get 10 orders tonight, I'm gonna get my blocks of wood ready. I'm gonna put them all on the lathe, turn them all out, then go to the finishing process, and then finally the gluing process. Right. If you called me and said, hey, I'd like to have a zebra wood pot, green slate over glass, and I don't have a whole lot of orders coming in, that's gonna get finished right through the process. Start to finish. And that's my favorite way to do things. Right. I love doing different things. Yeah. And obviously, when you start doing this and you go from a hobby to a business, there's a point in time where your orders come in faster than you can do them. So at that point, Charlie comes down. I have a couple real good friends that come down, and we just kind of get an assembly line going and start cranking them out.
Take the stress away a little bit.
Our bigger orders, if we're supplying a store, that's where my wife has to come in, because to turn one of these on the lathe from start to finish takes a long time. I can throw a block of wood in the CNC machine and the inside's done in about 11 to 13 minutes.
Okay.
Then I can put it on the lathe, finish up the outside, so it really cuts that time in half. So if we're going to be making 50 calls for one order going out,
right,
I work a full-time job. I can't put that many hours on the lathe, so
right,
that's where the CNC machine comes in to kind of speed up the process. But favorite, I like the lathe.
Yeah. So if somebody wants this, or are the calls that Charlie made, where are you selling these? Can they get them on the internet? Tell me a little bit about how somebody can get their hands on one of
they
these.
can get them on the internet, feathermoonoutdoors.com. And a lot of our calls come from people calling us direct, or somebody, hey, are you the guy that makes this? Are you the guy that makes that?
Right.
And we kind of get a lot of orders that way.
And we have a giveaway from them for later on in the program. Of course, 2 guys love hunting together, passion for turkeys. Great guys. Good luck with your company. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.